Welcome back to Vanguard Motor Sales. I'm Greg, and I am standing in front of a 1972 Cuda. That's right, she's a BS car. She's a real Cuda, guys. And we're gonna put this one up on the lift so you can check out the bottom side. We're gonna take a look at the interior. We're gonna take a look at the motor compartment. We'll show you everything you need to see so you can make a great decision on your Cuda investment. So come on up and we'll fire it up. So let's take a nice close look at this beautiful car. Now the chrome on that front bumper looks original to the car, and she is beautiful. The grille looks great. The paint is phenomenal on the car, and I love these Cuda hoods, man. So cool. Like I said earlier, she's a real BS car. She is numbers matching. All the stainless looks good. The vinyl top looks like it's new. See how easy that door opened? Isn't that slick? And look at all the door lips here. Nice and clean, all cleaned up, painted, nice and solid. We've got new rubber here also. Straight as an arrow. Chrome on the back bumper's in great shape. I love the tail panel on these cars. The wing looks good. Trunk floor looks original to the car, all painted nicely. Wheel wells are all original. They look nice and solid. The extensions look good. Just beautiful inside. Now look down the side of the car. Look how nice and straight that paintwork is. No ripples, no dings. Look how that lines up, nice and flush. And that line is nice and straight. And again, you see how easy that baby opened? Absolutely gorgeous. Now at Vanguard Motor Sales, we're not consignment dealers. That means we've taken the time to check the car out before we bought it. When we bring them in here to the showroom, we inspect them so we can answer all your questions when you call at 248-974-9513. We own all of our inventory here at Vanguard. As a matter of fact, we're the largest dealership in the US that owns all of their classic inventory. Now let's take a look at this interior. All right, the door panel looks original to the car, showing a tiny bit of age, but she's overall in great shape. The carpeting looks brand spanking new. The upholstery on the seats looks brand spanking new. That center console's beautiful. Back seat, I see seat belts back there. Package tray looks good. Headliner's in good shape. Even the dome light's working up there. Dash itself's in good shape. Gauges look good. Steering wheel looks great. This is one beautiful 72 Cuda here, guys.
All right, guys, now we're going for a ride in this beautiful 72 340 numbers matching Cuda. What an awesome straight driving car this is. Absolutely tight, holds the road excellent, no pulling. The brakes and everything are superb on it. This is a broadcast sheet car. We got the broadcast on it. We have original paperwork, window sticker. Unbelievable. These are very rare, very hard to find in this condition. This one's been completely restored and is absolutely excellent. It looks like the speedo, the gas gauge, coolant, alternator, they all work, and it's just one heck of a drive. Makes me feel like I'm a kid again. Don't forget, at Vanguard, we own all our inventory. We go through our cars, we bring them in, we inspect them, we fix brakes, steering, charging systems, anything you can think of. And that's why we're dedicated to parking your dream in your driveway. We deliver what we promise. We're located right here in the Motor City, Plymouth, Michigan. right outside 30 minutes west of Detroit. Come by and see us. We have over 200 dealer-owned cars. They're all our inventory. That's why our quality is so high. We only buy them if we want them. This Cuda is an awesome driving car, guys. Brakes nice, steers great. It's built just the way I'd want it. Call me today at 248-974-9513 and let Vanguard Motor Sales park your dream in your driveway. This is our home location right here. This is where it all happens. This is where the beautiful cars come in, get inspected, get photographed, and get ready for your driveway.
All right, guys, this is the underside of our 72 Cuda, and as you can see, the the underside is every bit as nice as the top side. Brand new fuel tank in the thing. You can see that the exhaust, of course, looks relatively fresh all the way back. They even painted their welds so those didn't rust, of course, because it burns the galvanization off of the pipes. So I like how they did that, attention to detail. They use a nice, I think these are, Walker makes these hangers if I'm not mistaken. Very nice stuff coming through here. Brand new shocks, what the car looks like it has on it. Drum brakes in the rear. All of our mechanics always go through these and make sure that they're properly adjusted, assembled correctly, no wheel cylinder leaks, so on and so forth. If you get a car from Vanguard, it's going to have good brakes, we can guarantee you that. Whip hose looks like it's in good shape, going back to the brake thing. You do have a sway bar, a rear sway bar I should say, on this car. Leaf springs look like they're in relatively decent shape. Something else I'd like to point out is what all this stuff is attached to is a Chrysler 8 3/4 rear end. I'm not telling Mopar guys anything that they don't know. However, of course, what they can see, this is a 489 case, which from what I understand is the more desirable case due to the strength of the bearings inside of it and so on and so forth. And this thing, I am not lying to you, has approximately a 4.85 gear ratio in it, and it is a sure grip. That's huge, and coupled with what you're about ready to see underneath the hood of this thing, that's very, very awesome, and I really wish I could actually drive this car. Unfortunately, the weather is not nice enough to allow me to do so because of the niceness of this underside. Moving forward to that, you can see that the exhaust is in beautiful shape. Floorboards look like they're in pretty good shape as well. Looks like a factory undercoating, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not certain exactly how these were from the factory, but it looks like a factory type undercoating underneath the thing. And it all looks like it's intact. The cross member here is in really good shape. It looks like we have a functional parking brake. It looks like it's all there. Moving forward to that, this right here is a Chrysler 727 Torque Flight 3-speed automatic transmission, and this one is numbers matching to the car. We checked the VIN pad here on the side, and the dates seem to line up just fine on it. This one's good to go. Moving forward to that, you can see we've got big old Hankin headers on this thing. They are full length. They come all the way back. Steering on the car, we always check our steering out. We always give everything a shakedown, and I'd like to point out the definition all through here. I mean, you can see it in through here and over here. This front end was completely tore down, completely rebuilt the correct way. I mean, you can see very well. I mean, of course, there's not any amount of movement on this thing. A lot of the time you'll see like your idler arms and stuff like that start to get sloppy. This is essentially a brand new front end, and it looks to me, I can even see the wheel cylinder here is brand new. This thing has been completely gone through on the front end. Absolutely beautiful job. I tip my hat to them. They did a very nice job painting everything, keeping a lot of definition on the front end. Once again, attention to detail is what sells a car to me, and that's what I like to convey when I see that sort of stuff on these things. So I give them the thumbs up for that. Outside of that, it looks like the wheel wells are in excellent shape. Frame rail looks like it's in excellent shape. All the front cross member doesn't look like it's all hogged out or rotted or anything like that. No sitting dirt or anything like that. You can stick your finger in all the drain holes, and you don't feel any rust or any big amount of scale or anything of that nature. Brand new shocks in the front if I hadn't said it, and I already said that the brakes look like they've just been rebuilt on this car. Front tires, just looking at the alignment, you can also tell that it's in really good shape. You can always rub your hand across it. No chopping, none of that business going on, which tells us that the alignment is true. I guess at this point we're going to take a look at wheels and tires, and then I can show you what's really making the power. All right, guys, we got Dayton radials in the front. The size on this thing would be 215/65 R15s, and it's on the stock style rim on this thing. Looks like they're in pretty good shape. Maybe a little bit of road rash here, but nothing too extreme. The beauty ring is in excellent shape. The paint on it is in excellent shape, and so is the center cap as well. And I'd also like to point out that the drums on this thing are not. I can see it through here. I'm not certain if you can see it or not. It is the actual Mopar correct finned drums on the front of this thing, not just some crap that you're going to buy from the auto parts store that's, you know, of cheap Chinese metal. This is some really nice stuff here. Let's go check out the rear. Okay, guys, back here, a lot more meat, and there's a reason why, and we're going to show you that in just a second. 275/60 R15s, Dayton radials, same as the front, and you can see back here, same looking condition rim. Everything looks like it's in pretty good shape. The beauty cover is in good shape, the paint's in good shape, and the center cap is all in good shape with maybe just a couple of nicks here just right on the nose of it. Let's go check out the Tri-Power I think it's a 340 small block under the hood. All right, guys, I set it underneath, and here it is right now. A 340 six-pack small block Mopar. This is numbers matching to the car. The VIN pad says so. The engine was cast, I think very early in 1971. And this is a 72 car, so right around where the model year changed, this is probably one of the first motors out of the gate, I should say. As far as modifications go, it maintains most of its originality. You can see it actually has the Mopar style alternator on it. It does have MSD, looks like wires on it. It does have big long tube headers, as I had mentioned, underneath. I can see that it looks like it has a Aftermarket Distributor in here, an MSD Blaster II Coil on there, so you have ignition upgrades. And in between the two cylinder heads, which appear to be stock, is a Mopar correct Tri-Power, and it has 3 Holley 2-barrel carburetors on it. The middle one has the choke and power valve, etc., and so forth, as it should have. The outer 2 are the correct vacuum operated outer carburetors, and when you open this thing up, you can hear all those 6 of those carburetor throats open, and it sounds just amazing. On top of that, I would like to point out that I actually spent the money and put the K&N type air filter in this thing. I really like these. I have them on all of my cars. I absolutely love them, and they're nice because they are, of course, rewashable, and they're not cheap either. Looking down here, you can see you do not have power steering on this car. It's a go-fast car. This, coupled with that rear end and the transmission, this thing is meant to go really fast in a straight line. You can see here we do have non-power brakes on the car. However, it does have a brand new master cylinder. But once again, this is a go-fast car. This is not meant for luxury. This is meant for just flat-out speed. Outside of that, you can see we do have a clutch-style fan on the thing, so that's also a nice upgrade. Battery hold down's doing its job, and everything in here actually looks like it's pretty Mopar correct. You can see that all of our adjustments for our camber and all that sort of stuff, just like when the bottom end of the car was taken apart, all that stuff here is actually maintains its definition. This thing wasn't spray bombed over with blue paint. This thing was taken apart and then reassembled after the paint job was done on the engine bay. And it even maintains a lot of the things that were taken off of these cars, like these covers here you often see, just completely gone. It actually still has both of those on there. I'd like to point out that they actually have the battery box painted blue just like the rest of the car. If I'm not mistaken, for you Mopar nerds, that is correct like that. I think outside of that, it's overall just a pretty nice car. You can see that the firewall is in excellent shape. I mean, it looks like the wiper motor is relatively new. I can see the ballast resistor over there. Very, very nice. And it even has a Mopar or Chrysler Correct radiator in the thing. Looks like all the hoses are in good shape. All the belts are in good shape. I don't see anything I could really complain about on this one, guys. It's a really nice car, and if you'd like to have this beast parked in your driveway, make sure to call Vanguard Motor Sales at the number below and let Vanguard Motor Sales park your dreams in your driveway.